Lucimus Prime here, so it is time for the next episode of my Star Wars 30-week challenge today. So, today's question is asking me, guys, who do I think is the most overrated character? So, now this is, quite a tough question because, there are, loads of characters in Star Wars that I really do love, but if you were to ask me, is there a character who I think, is not as good as what people make them out to be? There is a character that appears in the sequel trilogy by Disney, which I hate. A character who I really do dislike, guys, but for some reason, other people tend to be a really big fan of them. And yeah. And this character, guys, is none other than Kylo Ren. So yeah. I think he's very overrated, and you're probably wondering, don't other people hate him as well? Well, probably, but the reason why I consider him overrated is because, yes, I do hate him, guys. I think he's probably one of the worst Star Wars villains of all time, actually. And I think he's a very terrible rehash of Darth Vader, in a way, and Anakin Skywalker in terms of the redemption, as well. Because he's literally a carbon copy, a much more annoying and cringy version of Darth Vader. And yeah, the reason why I think it's overrated is because I've noticed when I've been going on my social medias, guys, like YouTube and etc. And I've noticed in the comments that loads of people reckon that Kylo Ren is the best part of the sequel trilogy of Disney Wars, so yeah. And to be honest, guys, that is something that I really do not agree with in the slightest, People reckon that, he carries the sequel trilogy. He makes it watchable. But for me, I personally do not agree at all. Because I think he makes it hard to watch because he's so cringy and annoying. When it comes to Kylo, I will be honest and say that I only liked him in the first half of The Force Awakens, where he's a mysterious, helmet-wearing character who everyone fears, It was in the first half where he had potential to be, such an interesting and great villain, but in the second half, it all went incredibly downhill, and I lost respect for him when he took off his helmet, and, and he was doing all those weird facial expressions that were so cringy and creepy to look at, in my opinion. It was just so disgusting what they did with Kylo, really. It's like, the first half was good, but the second half of the film and then the rest of the trilogy, they just butchered him, really. And they basically gave him the same story pretty much as Darth Vader, where he's starting off as a villain, then he redeems himself, because I wanted Kylo to be defeated still on the dark side, not on the good side, because if they made him redeem himself and die, that's going to be copying Darth Vader's story. And unfortunately, this was proven to be true in The Fall of Skywalker, because that's just what they did. Yeah. Which I was disappointed about. So, yeah. So, personally, guys, I don't agree with what people say about the fact that Kylo is the best part of the sequel trilogy. I really do not agree with that at all, because, I mean, in my opinion, the characters that carry the sequel trilogy for me are people like, C-3PO and R2, everyone's favourite droids, well, mine, personally. And also, like, when it comes to Force Awakens, Han and Chewie were best part as well, in my opinion, because they have the more screen time out of the original heroes. In The Lazy Jedi, the only character that I liked to watch was Snoke, to be honest, because he was entertaining, in my opinion, but still, his scenes were overshadowed by how bad the film was. It's the worst Star Wars movie, in my opinion, I hate it. And my favourite character in The Fall of Skywalker, I mean, aside from Palpatine, who I hated development, I did like General Pride. So, yeah, those are, like, my favourite parts of the sequels in terms of characters, to be honest, guys. So, yeah. But when it comes to Kylo, I don't think he's the best part of the sequels at all, like how many people are saying. When it comes to Adam Driver, I will say that, he's a fabulous actor, guys. He's very talented, he's a brilliant actor, and he deserves so much better than what they did with him with Kylo, because he's so talented. They could have made him much more menacing if they gave him the right direction, and yeah. But unfortunately, they failed miserably. They made him just really annoying and a whiny because he complains all the time. Not even the characters in the film can take him seriously either, especially the Imperial officers who see him having smashed his helmet in the elevator. They don't take him seriously. Neither does Snoke. You know, that's why in The Lazy Jedi, guys, the one scene that I like to rewatch is when Snoke is trash-talking Kylo, because it's so satisfying. It feels like Snoke is always the fans who hate Kylo, you know? The fans who hate him, yeah. You know, so yeah. And that's why, guys, my favourite roles of Adam Driver is, you know, his role in the film Logan Lucky and also in Marriage Story. And he's also going to be an upcoming Gucci film by Ridley Scott, which is very interesting. So, yeah, I think he'll be great in that, absolutely. But Kylo is not my favourite role he's played, to be honest, guys, because I just don't like the character at all. So, yeah. But Adam Driver is a great actor, so I think he deserves, you know, so much better than what he was given in this trilogy. You know, they just, you know, they gave us a very interesting character in the first half of the first film, and they butchered him a lot in the next films and the second half of the first film. So, yeah. Made him so cringy, couldn't take him seriously, I just couldn't stand him. So, yeah. So there you have it, guys. I think Kylo Ren is the most overrated character in Star Wars because loads of people I've seen say he's the best part of the sequel trilogy, which I personally do not agree with in the slightest because I just don't like him. So yeah. So you know, drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to comment in the comments who you guys think is the most overrated character in Star Wars. In your opinion, let's see who you think is the most overrated character. Also, be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe for more videos coming in the future. And may the Force be with you always.